Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Debate amongst friends. Prof here, that's Doc. We're coming at you live. Back to back. Yeah, yeah. As the Tampa Bay Lightning close out the Montreal Canadiens in 5 games. And as they raise the Stanley Cup, they look over to their brethren, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and said, "It's your turn."
Challenge. Not only the Bucks, but of course, obviously they're going to challenge the Rays also. But going back to back, obviously the sights are directly on those Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who I expect to be better this year. I expect them to come out a little hotter than they did last year. But congrats to the Lightning. First and foremost, I know I'm not a fan of hockey. I know this.
You've
You
been
know
on
this.
record.
But I have never known or heard that this team is the Montreal Canadiens.
Yes.
What the heck is that? Like, obviously, Montreal is in Canada,
Oh no.
right?
Oh no.
Like,
Helen is strutting down the
no,
hallway right
no.
now.
But
Be extra careful.
it's
Don't piss
obvious.
off our Canadian listeners, okay?
Like, and maybe it's because they're. I mean, maybe like think about it like this. Like, there are other teams. Like, you wouldn't be like, I don't even know how to even put it. Like, oh my god,
Oh no.
I've never heard that before, like ever. Um, and it just like when you said it, I was like, I'm looking at it, and I'm like, okay, we got the Toronto Maple Leafs, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Ottawa Senators,
Mm-hmm.
the Vancouver Canucks,
Canucks. Yep.
and then we have the Montreal Canadiens. It's almost like it's
You
funny
forgot
because I was
Winnipeg Jets. Shout out to
well,
Chris
I didn't want to.
Boucher.
I didn't want to go too far. I just wanted to like paint a picture here. So I read an article or I listened to an article earlier or some kind of advertisement where it was talking about, let's say Texas, for example, right? Texas has the Dallas Cowboys, which is America's team, right?
Subjectively.
Subjectively. So then the Houston Texans, right? They come into existence. What do? They go and become the Texans so that they can be Texas's team. So is this hockey team taking that strategy maybe of being the
Mm,
Canadian
I don't.
team?
I don't. I don't. I don't think they took it. I don't think they took that approach. Doc.
So that's a little that's off topic. I know you weren't expecting this conversation, but
No, no. All I
it
was gonna
really caught
say
me
is
off guard.
he was gonna give the Tampa Bay Lightning their flowers. They're the first team since
I'm sorry.
2017 to go back to back, which was the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Yes, but they win. They win the series 4-1. They host that Stanley Cup one more time. Soak it in, ladies and gentlemen of that fan base of Tampa. Tampa is, I mean, they're gonna have another parade, I assume, if
But
the
how
hurricane season.
apropos that you mentioned fans,
I did
because
mention fans.
breaking news:
Very breaking news.
the Olympics is going to be closed down to fans. Oh, but I want to watch. Nope, not even you. You ain't going nowhere. As Japan declares a state of emergency, fans are now barred from attending the 2021 Olympic Games.
So not only do they lose Shakari Richardson, but then they can't even go to the actual
I
event.
mean, now hindsight 22, it might have been the best thing for her at this point. But
Right. I mean, we know that, NBA and NFL and other sports, baseball, like when they were performing without fans, they said it was extremely not difficult, but it was just a different vibe because you
it was a
feel,
totally different vibe.
yeah, you feed off of that. And who knows? Tokyo most likely has the type of technology. I don't know if depending on the venue, but maybe they can kind of do what the WWE did and try to do like the whole virtual stadium, right?
Mm.
Obviously, I mean, they have time, right, to
I
to
mean,
try to
NBA
set
did
up.
that too. The NBA did
Yeah,
that.
I mean, it took, like I said, it took a lot of people different, they all did different things. You had the baseball with the little cutouts, which is pretty weird, right? Right, the
I actually
baseball
enjoyed
cutout.
that. It was Japan that did it first, actually.
Okay, Japan. So I expect Japan will probably
No,
do
no,
something
obviously it
similar.
was South Korea.
It was South Korea. It was South Korea. I don't want to get into that. I won't say anything
Nope, nope. Moving
controversial with
on,
that one.
moving on.
Let's move on. But
Helen just went back in her office again. Okay, don't let her run back out here, Doc.
I just want to
Moving
make
on.
sure we are not saying anything crazy. But I mean, do you blame Tokyo for wanting to make sure that another wave, and we always talk about that off the podcast, wave of the virus, coming into their particular area because of spectators for the Olympics?
Well, they declared a state of emergency, so this is before anything's happening. So if they were to just do it anyway,
Hmm.
like how potentially dangerous, that would be that second wave.
Hmm.
That would be because people act like it's over. And we're not going to get talking about the, biological aspect of this COVID virus or anything like that. But
Well,
I'm
the other
happy that they
part,
closed it down. I'm happy. I kind of wish they just cancel it and push it to another year, in my opinion,
well,
because they're who knows how long they're going to be on lockdown. Oh, who knows how long
so
they're going to be in a state of emergency.
well, it says right here, the state of emergency is going to last till August 22nd, and of course, the games are scheduled from July 23rd to August 8th. So the state of emergency begins
But
July
but 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 the
12th.
cynics in the back doc is saying that's what they said last year.
So here's also the other part is that Japan, according to the World Health Organization, has actually not received or has been slow to receive their particular, I guess, shipment of the vaccine. So that's the other part. And I don't know if that's pushing an agenda for people to get the actual, vaccine, but they haven't they have had a slow rollout of the vaccine. So they're saying that only a quarter of the population has had at least one COVID-19 shot. And that's, of course, according to Reuters. But so that could be another part, of slowing it down. I don't know what procedures or what, things they have in, but bringing people from outside. And, many people don't believe in the protocols that we have here in the United States, nor we don't know how people are in other countries coming in to Japan. So
Absolutely.
I don't blame Japan for saying, you know what, we're just going to shut this down right now. They can come and run, and we'll be happy to film it so that we can still obtain the money from it, the advertising dollars, but we'll forego and bypass the spectators.
Well, all I know is this is going to be an Olympics unlike any other, folks.
No, absolutely. Now, the last topic I want to discuss, obviously, I want to get into the NFL. Not a whole lot going on, but some of the major headlines have been kind of head scratching. Obviously, we know everything's circulating around Aaron Rodgers, right? Um, but obviously, there's no trade market for Aaron Rodgers. Nobody's going to trade for Aaron Rodgers, right? And Aaron Rodgers isn't going to opt out of the season because, hey, why would I do that?
No, that's money
So,
that he's leaving on the table.
how do you see this going for the Green Bay Packers? Are they just all going to wait? Does Aaron Rodgers show up and just like sandbag it? Like, how does this work here? Does he pull a does he pull a Martell from the replacements? To come in and just bomb the season and he plays with no heart, and then freaking the coach goes to the sideline and says, "We need heart. Give me Vaughn," kind of
Wait,
thing.
Doc, are you calling Jordan Love Shane Falco?
He might be Shane Falco in this situation. He's the scat. He might be the scad player. I guess he will be the scad player. He's the guy. He's Aaron. So I guess Aaron at this point is feeling that of what Brett Favre felt all
So
those years ago.
so I don't think it's similar to that because I don't
I think
think it's to that same capacity. Like we knew what was going
maybe a
on there.
step.
I think the problem still stems with yes, they were dominant all season last season, right?
Hmm. To an extent.
We know he's finally giving his team flowers, folks. We know that if almost put me on tilt too. We know that if Aaron Rodgers wasn't playing, this would be essentially a what 6-win team, maybe
I'm not 100% sure about that because I don't know
potential. That's what I
what.
said. Potentially
Yeah, it
will be
depends because so the thing that I will say this, the thing that makes Aaron Rodgers so great is that he makes people better around him. That's what makes great players great, is that
that's
they
what
make
makes
people
someone an
around them.
MVP.
Yeah, I mean, they make people around him better. Can Jordan Love do that? We do not know yet because he hasn't had his opportunity. But I know that it's pretty similar to what happened because obviously we had Brett Favre. We had a young Aaron Rodgers, third year. I think Jordan is in his second, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where Aaron Rodgers would say, "Hey, I want an extension." Right? That's the whole idea. I want an extension. But
Now,
Green
is
Bay
is that
is
really the crux of it all? Is it he wanted an extension or
well. He wanted some. I guess I don't want to say guarantee because I mean you know how
because
I
I,
feel
I
about
thought the problem
guarantees.
was more based off the personnel. Like he wants, I don't want to say better weapons because he has some pretty good
He has
weapons, but
really good
like,
weapons. Yeah.
he wants stability personnel wise, so they can
Now let
actually
me.
start making better runs. Because
Well,
I
see
mean,
now
there's
let
been
me
years
ask that though. Hold on
where
though. Hold on.
Mhm.
Let me ask because you know that how this goes. Have you ever seen an interview where Aaron Rodgers has specifically said, "Hey, I want them to draft a running back or wide receiver in the first round," or has the media told us this and we just
again,
figured, you know
again,
what I'm saying?
this is why I enjoyed watching the Pat McAfee show
Right.
because Aaron Rodgers is way more open.
Of course.
In fact, the fact that he said one small little thing
Oh
and
yeah.
NFL media just like latched onto it
Pounced
and try
on it.
to make it
Yeah.
into a story. So,
But
no,
did
to
he
answer your
say it
question,
though?
he hasn't said a dang thing
But even on the Pat
at
McAfee
all.
show, did he say it?
No, but he didn't say anything. That's the
Okay.
problem. The
Which is
fact is,
great.
he didn't say anything. Everything that we're talking about is still pure speculation.
Right. So I'm thinking, and this is my speculative point, is that I think it's more about, hey, they drafted a quarterback last year in the first round. Who cares about the skill player? You're drafting my replacement. Are you kicking me out the door? Are you going to give me a contract extension? If not, I'd rather go somewhere else now rather than wait and waste my time. Like I could be playing in, Foxborough, or I could be playing in, I could have been playing in San Francisco or wherever they needed a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he takes the Brett Favre route and goes to the Jets, right? Or I mean, obviously they drafted a quarterback now, but
Yeah, they're not
um,
going to do that.
so you just never know. I just feel like that's just something. I'm kind of hoping that, Aaron Rodgers holds on for 2 years. I've been saying this. Tom Brady retires. Aaron kind of steps in Tampa.
I still
Uh,
think that's
that's
a possible reality, honestly.
that's
Like
my
at first I
goal.
laughed, but like it's starting to dawn on me
Yeah,
like this may actually be a thing.
that would be phenomenal. But his teammate Devontae Adams also contract year. Johnny, um, do they put their focus away from Aaron Rodgers and onto Devontae Adams at some point in this particular season?
Well, they kind of have to. I
They have
mean,
no
you don't
choice.
you don't want him to walk away for nothing.
I mean, because again, Carr is. I mean, he wants him down in Las Vegas really bad. I mean, Carr is willing to buy him a car. I mean, come on. But I think they do have to put those eggs in his basket because this is a guy who exceeded expectation. I assume, um, but you can't lose both of them. I mean, I know
Yeah.
it's a lot of money, but you can't lose both of them, or we're going to see a brand new Green Bay Packers team. And at that particular point, I can almost guarantee, Johnny, and you listen to me right now, if they
Uh-huh.
lose Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams, you will see the Green Bay Packers draft a wide receiver in the first round post Aaron Rodgers.
Gotcha.
It would
Well,
be a slap in the face.
it would be. I mean,
Just because.
honestly, we're still in the wait and see portion of it
Uh,
all, which
hmm
is great. But I mean, people were talking about
Yeah.
people are talking about Aaron Rodgers doing this, Aaron Rodgers doing
He
that.
ain't doing nothing. He
He
pinged
ain't
off.
doing nothing but enjoying a nice
Yeah.
4-match round of golf.
Right. He ain't doing nothing. He said he didn't say nothing on the McAfee show. I
He
mean,
doesn't say anything. He just talked
so
about how much he loved playing football, how much he really enjoys, playing the quarterback role. And speaking of, some of his passions, some of, the great people that he had a chance to work with, played against, things like that throughout his career. But people are just demanding all these answers. Like they're
no.
entitled to them. And honestly, folks, we're not entitled to hear from him until he feels like he wants to say anything.
Exactly. Exactly. With some other notable off-season free agents outside of the Green Bay saga, the Chiefs have made it clear that they want Tyrann Mathieu to return. They want to get that extension in. Now, I know the Chiefs lost a lot of players, so I know their salary cap is kind of all over the place. I know yesterday I saw that they have bumped Nicole Hardman up to the number 2 receiver
Mhm.
as they let Sammy Watkins go in free agency. How
Which
big of it?
I think is a really good deal for
Nicole
Kansas
Hardman,
City,
yeah,
honestly. Yeah.
yeah, he's good. He's a pretty
Yeah.
solid, receiver returner. I think honestly, that's another team where it's like I feel like you throw somebody in that on that team, Mahomes is going to make them better.
Absolutely.
Because of his threat. And you got Kelsey there still, who's in the middle. We never actually even got a chance to talk about tight end university either. Oh
No, we
God.
have not.
And the speaking of Travis Kelsey, that was something that I thought was pretty interesting. Some of the notable tight ends around the league were invited by Travis Kelsey, and I believe it was Zach Ertz, if I'm not mistaken, to work on their grasp. So I think that's interesting. I'm hoping to hear more about that. I'm hoping that in the future they have that recorded. I would love to see that. But the last person on the list that I wanted to talk about, or last 2 people, is I wanted to ask you who gets the extension first between Baker Mayfield and Lamar Jackson.
So I'll answer this in two phases. I'll
Uh oh,
answer it as a casual and I'll answer it as a
an
someone who
analyst.
really, want to understand the game.
Sure.
Casual fan. It's Lamar. Are you kidding me?
However,
If you're someone within the know, it's Baker.
gotcha. So some people feel like for Baker, it's almost like a not so fast moment. That's what I've been reading. Like they should wait. But then again, with Cleveland, if you remember, similar to Jacksonville. Remember Jacksonville had that run right in the playoffs. For the life of me, I can't remember who the quarterback was, but he was dominating at that particular time.
Mm-hmm.
And the next year they like completely fell flat. They got rid of all their players, right?
Well, I mean, that was part of the reason too.
Well, no, no, they fell. I mean,
They
they
fell
went
flat and then they started losing
and
players.
they,
That's what it was.
yeah.
But
So
that
it's
was more
like,
because of the front office too. Was like a huge component in that whole hoopla.
so if the Browns extend Baker and it doesn't work out and they have to blow things up, I'm wondering how that goes. With Lamar, obviously he's still an electrifying player. He's going to put butts in the seats no matter
Mm-hmm.
what. and he's going to make people better. They're bringing in additional weapons.
Yes,
But
and that's why I said, it has to be Baker first, because what they need to do for Lamar is they need to give him some pieces. They need to give him some receivers. I mean, they're starting to.
yeah,
but
also change up the offense too. Like I feel
and
like
that
it's
was the other part too.
like it's okay to run the ball. I'm big fan of running the ball, but once you get to the playoffs, it's cold or the weather's bad, and teams are stacking the box. You're gonna have to air that thing out.
Yeah,
and that's where I feel like Lamar has to take his game to the next level, um, to getting used to airing it out. But last two things here really quickly, and then we're going to close it out. There we go. We're going to close it out. Trevor Lawrence agrees to his rookie contract, 4 years, $36.8 million. And N'Keal Harry randomly requested trade from the Patriots. He's looking for a fresh start, like most of us are, including myself.
Of course.
But so
we also have game two of the NBA Finals happening tonight.
Thank goodness. Oh my God.
Eastern Standard Time on
Thank God.
ABC. As the Phoenix Suns looks to go up in the series 2-0 against the Milwaukee Bucks with Giannis Antetokounmpo. Doc, will the Suns do it?
Suns
2-up, or will the Bucks even it out?
Suns 2-0.
2-0.
Crowd continues to count down the free throws, which I think Giannis really likes. I think he enjoys it personally, but I don't. Like I said, I'm sure they're going to come out. They're going to trap Chris Paul. They're going to try some different things, but
they kind of have to.
But it's like you said. It's like you said. If you trap Chris Paul, obviously they're going to try to make somebody like Jay Crowder beat them. But what if Jay Crowder actually beats them?
Well, that plus you can't. You mentioned you have to try to lock down Chris Paul, Devin Booker, and DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah.
That's the whole team trying to lock those two down.
With Bridges,
shooting gallery.
Yeah, Bridges has actually been hitting. He can drive the lane, and then again, Jay Crowder, if he gets hot,
Cam Johnson,
Frank the Tank.
Yes.
And I wonder who the Bishop is going to be tonight
for the rest of the series, because he has a torn ACL. We hopefully, we wish him a speedy recovery.
Yeah. Well, now we got to figure out who the Bishop is tonight. I'm going to be have a Bish alert. I'm in, but I know you heard this.
He may not
podcast.
be alive after this show, folks.
I'm alive. I know you heard this podcast on your favorite podcast platform. If you didn't, of course, you can always go to our website at www.debateamongstfriends.com to listen to this episode as well as the other previous episodes. Be sure to tune in tomorrow as we go over Game 2 of the NBA Finals and any other news that comes out from the other sports. Be sure to tune in Monday through Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for more news, more analysis, and the reads.